you're going to hold it with two hands, Billy. With two hands. And this comes with that when you get it. One is going to start off. You want to spread it out and get closer. I'm going to get that pretty close. Here you go. And wait till you know it's
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Smithsonian's National Zoo. My name is Marty. I'm one of the giant panda keepers here.
You need to leave the house and go live somewhere else. In giant pandas, there's a little bit more yelling and smacking around and that sort of thing. So we are currently working on allowing Xiang and Bao Bao to have time apart. We try to extend that over the course of a few weeks now. So we're now up to normally they're separated from each other from about 7:30 in the morning until about 1:30, 2 o'clock at night. However, today, the way that we tried separating them, they still had a lot of visual access to one another, and both of them started to vocalize at each other, and then they started to try to actually get to each other. And there was a door that was separating them, so we tried a few things to get them to calm down and just re-separate and go about their own business, which they've been doing great for many days. Today was the first time I've seen it, although I've seen some evidence on some of our recorded video of when they're separated in a similar way to what we did today, that they also periodically have these moments of kind of wanting to get back together. But we tried for about 5 to 10 minutes and were unable to get them to sort of, kind of stop what they were doing and go about being happy and fine doing some other stuff. So we made the decision on the spur of the moment to put them back together, just because we felt like they were kind of getting worked up, and we wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to happen and that they weren't going to get into a place where they were really upset. So tomorrow we'll just reset and try it all over again. This is a sort of, it's a science with a big art component to it, in the sense that, we're trying some things, we're seeing how they react. My job here as a keeper is to pay really close attention to these animals, to be working towards the separation, but also to understand that I don't want to do anything that causes them a lot of stress. So again, based on what we saw today, we decided that it was the right decision to put the animals back together, and tomorrow we'll just start all over again. We were talking about at some point trying to extend the time even a little further, maybe until 10 o'clock at night where they were separated from each other. We'll see if we decide to keep that path just based on what went on today. Again, we have the meetings about this all the time. We're constantly discussing between the keeper staff, the curatorial staff, the nutrition veterinarians, everybody's involved in these decisions about how we separate animals. We're trying to do it as naturally as possible, but obviously this is a zoo. It is not nature. There are a lot of factors that are going on here in a zoo that would never be part of their wildlife. So when we make decisions, it's not necessarily going to be exactly what goes on in the wild. I can also say that the field researchers don't actually know how a female panda separates from her cub. We don't know if it's abrupt, so 20 months go by and then mom says, okay, it's over, time for you to leave, or is it gradual? So over the course of months or weeks, the female slowly starts to separate herself more and more from the cub, and eventually they self-separate. Every zoo in the United States operates under the assumption that it's a gradual separation, which is what we work under. So again, that is fast, and their top speed is in the vicinity of 30 to 35 miles an hour. So they can get moving if they need to. I've seen the adult bears go from the ground to about 40 to 50 feet off the ground in a matter of seconds. And they do that, pun sort of intended, by bear hugging the tree and just kind of walking up it, but vertically. And then the other thing is and I don't know if you can see May's left hand there that's up near her mouth, but she's got some pretty long claws, and she's got some pretty big teeth. And also, giant pandas have the strong cool, but this is their perfect weather. They absolutely love this weather. I hate it. I'm ready for it to be over. But yeah, no problem. All right.
She's going to have honey all over her feet, her face.